from the top. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Thursday evening. Another edition of KFTV's Post-Game Live presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use our code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Just a few games remaining in the regular season, but for these New York Knicks, it is playoff time, it is money time, and that is the way that this Knicks team went into Boston to handle business. This Knicks team, having lost all 4 of the regular season matchups against the Celtics, had to get a win in the win column. The Celtics were playing the injury bug game, but the New York Knicks didn't matter. It didn't matter if they had Larry Bird out there or Jason Tatum out there. They were all going to get the smoke. And led by Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Bogey, and the gang, the New York Knicks were able to handle business in just about 3 quarters. And before you knew it, it was a 30-point game, man. So it became a bum night. And the Knicks took care of business, man. 118 to 109. We got our sights set on the number 2 seed. Giannis and Dame, what are you going to do with it? Let's talk about it, man. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Or you could hit us up on the KFTV Discord, man. CP the Franchise, Alex Rotaro's here. Money time, man. I turned this game on. And the lady was like, man, are you, what's going on? You into this game? I said, listen, it's playoff time. It's playoff time. It's money time. It's just the magnitude of the moment. You know what I'm saying?
CP, I was locked in like it was a Game 7 matchup today, all
you
right?
were
That's
locked in
how
like
I
Game
felt
7,
like.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great time, man. It's a great time to be a Knicks fan. So, as I opened the show, everybody was kind of wondering what would the Celtics do? Are they going to play their guys? You and Noah talked about it in Game of the Week preview. Great job on that. And late, last minute, it was announced that they were going to start all their guys. But good credit. I like how the Knicks came out there, handled business. They were in the passing lanes early. Good job by OG. You saw DiVincenzo get into the passing lanes and get some steals. I thought another big thing key here for the Knicks was their ability to dominate the glass. On both ends.
For sure.
Holding the Celtics to 1 shots. And on the second, on the offensive end, getting the second chance opportunities that would allow Brunson to score and Hart and DiVincenzo and so on. And so just a good way to approach this game. Yes, you can argue whether or not the Celtics came out to play or not. But look, this was about the Knicks going out there taking care of business. You have no room for error now because playoff seeding is not set. They can go all the way up to 2, or they can go all the way back down to 6. So just a great job by the team as a whole, just staying focused, locking in, and taking care of business, man.
And I think that's the key, CP, on this matchup is staying locked in, staying focused for playoffs. That's definitely how this team came out ready to shine. I mean, Jalen Brunson, man, 39 points tonight, dude. And they did everything. They doubled him. They put Drew on them. They put Derek White on him. They tried to throw every single coverage to stop this guy. They could not stop him. He's in playoff mode. You see that he's ready. Everybody else came prepared as well. I mean, you talked about the rebounding, CP. Knicks out-rebounded the Celtics in the first half, 32-17.
Yeah.
Want to talk about offensive rebounds? Knicks out-rebounded them 12-3 on the offense.
12-3
in the first half.
Yeah.
You had Isaiah Hartenstein, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, all just snagging boards. Like it was insane the way that this team came out prepared for this matchup. And I don't want to hear from Celtics fans, man. I had some Celtics friends texting me right now. Like,
what are they talking? What are they talking, man? They trying to downplay
it. We don't got to play for anything. We don't got to do anything.
Are they sounding like Kenny Smith tonight?
Yeah, they pretty much, man, because guess what? They're like, I don't want to hear this nonsense. Like, they're not playing. They played 3 quarters, CP.
Yeah.
This team was regular for 3 quarters, okay?
Yeah.
And look, I know that the league has their rules about playing for primetime games. They got kicked in the mouth. They got punched in the face. They didn't have an answer for how to play against the New York Knicks. And we didn't have Julius Randle, but they still had their 2 stars out there. And so for them, you got to say, for Jalen Brunson and the rest of the New York Knicks to go out there and compete like the way that they did, all right? And to take advantage of the schemes that Joe Mazzulla was throwing out there. You saw KP wasn't guarding Hartenstein in the first half, right?
Yes.
They had him on Josh Hart and different
And
players to begin
DiVincenzo
with.
at times,
and,
yeah.
And then you saw, guess what? If you're going to have that, we're going to make sure we get boards, and we're going to just give the ball to iHart so that way he can score and figure it out, okay? And so for the fact that you got a good game plan just to counter what Boston was doing, I like seeing that because you see Tom Thibodeau is getting ready for the playoffs. He's like, how do we counter this adjustment?
Counters.
How do you counter this adjustment? And he's showing you right now he's locked in. You saw how pissed he was with the third unit in the fourth quarter where they're just giving up threes left and right.
Yeah.
Everybody's dialed in, man, that's meant and ready to be in the playoffs. I mean, we even had Bogdanovic go off.
Bogey.
We had the reverse layup looking like
reverse
MJ.
Joint. It was like a little MJ with the switcheroo, with the switching hands.
My goodness, man. This team is on one, man. I love what the New York Knicks are doing. If you are a fan, you got to be hyped after the way they played the Boston Celtics tonight because they're ready. And if I'm a Celtics fan, I would be a little concerned, man. If you're telling me that they're upset because this doesn't matter to them, you heard this is the one thing I'll agree with TNT. You heard Chuck saying, "Hey, they had the Suns had a great record. They took it easy and they didn't perform they wanted to in the postseason."
Yeah.
If that's how the Celtics are going to treat this, man, that's why I still don't trust this team. From as an NBA fan, as someone who, as we cover the league at large for the NBA report, that's why you can't trust them. Can't trust them.
I agree. And I agree with you there. Like the one thing that I did, appreciate the TNT guys saying was that for the Celtics, are they going to they can't just turn it on and turn it off and turn it back on come playoff time. So, that's for them to worry about. Now, the defense soundbite is going crazy right now in the show for good reason. Maybe not for a good reason for the listeners on the pod the next day, but shout out to Knicks and Dimes who just gifted 20 franchise channel memberships across the board. So they are in a giving mood. They are ready for playoff time, and it's literally money time for them because they have just gifted 20 people in the chat with franchise channel memberships. So the soundbite is cycling through all of the people who received the memberships, and it's just now registering. So appreciate Knicks and Dimes for the support, definitely. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. What's the number for tonight for the people in the chat? Are we putting in a 3 based on where we are? Or are we putting in 2 because we want that 2 seed out? We want that 2 seed. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna get back to the game. This was a bum night, man. We blew these guys out. Whatever. I'm gonna get back to that, but we got to look at the standings.
No, Steve. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm hyped over this game.
No, listen. I'm hyped. Of course, I'm hyped. But they took care of business quite handily. So I want to look at the standings real quick and just take a quick look at where we are, where things stand, and the Knicks are still within a game of the 2 seed of the Bucks, and it just came out today that Damian Lillard, Al, is questionable tomorrow, or doubtful rather.
Wow.
Tomorrow when the Bucks take on the OKC Thunder on the road. No Giannis for the rest of the regular season,
right?
And no Dame against a Thunder team who is still trying to win that number 1 seed in the West.
Yeah,
that could be a big win for the Knicks,
for sure. Holy cow! No Damian Lillard for tomorrow.
No Dame. No, you didn't hear that? That's news for you.
This is news to me, man.
Yeah.
I was locked in for the game. I was locked in, but
okay,
hey,
got you.
That's huge. If you're not gonna have Damian Lillard, that's great for the Knicks, man. Yeah. Especially when you have what should be a cakewalk on Friday against the New Jersey Swamp Dragons.
Yeah.
So,
I
mean, the Knicks just got to take care of business from here on out. You took care of the two tough opponents this week with the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics. You now have the Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls to finish off the season. Just if the Bucks lose tomorrow, which they should, because as you mentioned, look, OKC's 3rd right now. They're a game behind Denver and Minnesota. So they want to go out there and win. They want to take care of their business. So if there's no Dame, they should win tomorrow, giving the Knicks an opportunity, man, to get that 2 seed in. Look, Tom Thibodeau, you heard it on the broadcast tonight. They're moving along as everything still matters. They're not slowing down. So go OKC Thunder for tomorrow.
Go OKC SGA. We believe in you, big. What's his name? Chet. They got the commercial out now. Good for them. We believe in you guys, man. Go out there and handle business. And then the Bucks finish against the Orlando Magic, who's going to be hungry to get a win and solidify their playoff seeding. So this is not over yet. It can go a lot of different ways. We will go into the different combinations a little bit later on in the show. But for the Knicks, their goal, keep winning and win the next two. Bucks lose the next two, and we'll get it. We'll get the number 2 seed. The Bucks do own the tiebreaker, so that's the only way that the Knicks are going to get up to that number 2 seed is that the Bucks are going to have to lose out. But it is pretty a good possibility that could happen. So we'll talk about that and the potential matchups that could come about there. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Shout out to Bobby Tachi on the chat, all of our franchise channel members. Shout out to Big Nick Energy in the building. Shout out Son from Brooklyn, Rare Edition, salute. And yeah, man, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Second quarter, I liked how things started to come about, to unfold for this team in the second quarter. With Brunson on the bench and OG on the bench, it became Josh Hart's time. You saw a lot of good things from Hart, both as a scorer, as a facilitator. Shot the 3, which was good. Took a couple of threes tonight. Which was encouraging because when the game started, we already know that his shooting wrist is hurt. But then he was grabbing his left hand like right after the first play of the game.
Right.
For quite some time. So that was a little bit of a concern. But nevertheless, it seems like he got through it. He took 4 threes tonight, made 1, and one of them came in the second quarter. 16 points, 16 boards, and 5 rebounds in 32 minutes. A plus 18 for Josh Hart. Just a great job running that second unit. And I think that took some pressure off of Bogdanovic, who got going in the second quarter as well. And I liked how they were moving, man. Deuce McBride was in with that unit as well. Mitchell Robinson was out there with them. I like how they were flowing. Good job by Josh Hart tonight, man.
Absolutely. Josh Hart, I mean, he came out there, I think, after he hurt his wrist too, right? You see him get that layup underneath the basket, and then he starts grabbing boards left and right, man, like there was no tomorrow. Josh Hart's just a warrior. At this point, you got to respect what he does for this team, man. Truly has stepped up in Julius's absence.
Yeah.
Josh Hart continues to show why he's worth that contract that he got, man. And, even with all the questions that we had for Josh Hart, like at the beginning of the season, even during the middle of the season, he's now starting to come into his own, like we saw when he got traded to this team last year. And now he's starting to be have that big presence again. You talked about it. He's going to be very much a critical factor when it comes to the postseason. And he's showing you right now that he's getting ready for the postseason as well. I mean, scoring tonight, 7 of 15. He was just efficient tonight. But the 16 boards, CP.
16 boards.
6 and 5 assists to pour in on that.
Yeah.
And a steal. This guy's tough, man.
Yeah.
This guy's built like a warrior. Whew. Can't talk enough about him, man.
Most important piece outside of Brunson, man. Most important piece outside of Brunson, bro. Josh Hart.
But what was really impactful in this game, CP? And we got to give our shout out to OG Anunoby. Because in 26 minutes, and this is the key matchup I talked about in yesterday's Game of the Week preview.
Yep.
OG versus Jason Tatum. And look at these numbers for Jason Tatum, CP. 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 7 from downtown. Only 18 points for one Jason Tatum. And here's the big thing, CP. Here's the big thing out of this game. In the second quarter, Jason Tatum played 12 minutes. He played the entire second quarter. Played the entire second quarter. OG Anunoby in there for 8 minutes. And how many shots did Jason Tatum take in that entire second quarter? 2.
Yeah. He wanted no parts.
He did not.
Yeah.
Soft, CP.
Yeah.
Soft.
He wanted no parts of the dog.
Soft.
No
okay.
parts.
OG's Anunoby's presence on this team. OG is just dude, give me Boston in the playoffs, man. Because Tatum is going to be in witness protection when OG's on the court, as we saw tonight. This is the first time Tatum's gotten to see this Knicks team with OG on the floor, and that's all you can do. You can only muster up 18 points. You're supposed to be that guy.
Yeah.
You keep talking about being Kobe, but there's apparently a guy who can stop you, and nobody can stop Jalen Brunson. Which CP, in that turn, that's why someone should be first team All NBA over Jason Tatum. That's why he should rightfully be in the top 5 MVP conversation over Jason Tatum. Jalen Brunson's just better than Jason Tatum.
I mean, how easy was Brunson's offense tonight? And he's going up against, to me, the best defensive backcourt in the league. And it was just easy money, man. It was just absolute easy money. I mean, there were shots that he turned down that I thought were wide open, especially when the Celtics were in deep drops. They were in deep drops with Porzingis. They were in deep drops with Horford, and Horford, he's trying to come back from injury, but I mean, he was looking like a shell of himself, and it was just simple offense from Jalen Brunson, man. Picking these guys apart. 15 of 23 from the field. Continues to shoot the ball efficiently. 4 dimes. And then drew 3 charges in this game, one of which was originally a foul on him, and then it got overturned. So he picked up 3. Now, on that play, he was holding a shooting wrist.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, oh, man. That's tough. But he ended
Family
up.
show, CP. Watch the language.
Yes, yes. But, I mean, hey, when you talk about Jalen Brunson and injury, you can almost throw the family show stuff out the window. But, he did come back to the bench, and hopefully he'll be ready to go on Friday against the New Jersey Nets.
Dude, and the thing is that they show that replay of him grabbing his wrist, and then Brunson comes back in, or he was on the court, and the next thing you know, he just drills a 3, and you're like, no, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right. So yeah, that was his night. Easy night for Jalen Brunson. It really didn't seem like these guys were even sweating. That's how easy it was for the New York Knicks, man. 118-109. I mean, it was pretty much a 30-point lead. Yes, the Boston bench did come back and, try to make a fake comeback out of it. By that time, I was setting up for the show. I was barely even watching it because it was garbage time at that point. So, good job there. How about Bojan Bogdanovic, man? 14 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown. Bogdanovic was so good. People on Twitter were like, CP, can we call him Bodega now? Can we call him Bodega? He was good tonight, man. Great job by Bogdanovic, man.
I sent that tweet out tonight where I was like, Bogdanovic trying to earn that nickname Bodega.
He's got to earn
tonight.
He's got to earn it.
So did he get it tonight, CP? Is he Bodega?
No. I'm not giving it to him. Not giving it to him.
Does he have to earn it in the real garden, not the fake garden? I think
he's got to earn it in the real garden. He needs his MSG moment. And no better time than now because the playoffs are coming up. You know what I'm saying? That would be spectacular. Do it at MSG. They need him. They're going to need him, right? They're going to need him to be aggressive, be a shot creator outside of Brunson and Hart. He's probably the most capable shot creator that they have on the team. So they're going to need it. So I want to see him do it at the Garden. Do it at the Garden. Blow the roof off the joint. For a couple of games, not just one. Then we can call him Bodega. Give me 2 good games at the Garden.
Okay. This is what he did in the second quarter, by the way, where it was just where he was very crucial.
Yeah.
In those 11 minutes. He went 4 or 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown, got you 3 boards, got you 10 points. That's what he did in the second quarter. But the way that he was getting to his spots, man, it was like it was either like a locomotive on full steam getting downhill with that reverse that he did. It was, looking for the mismatches. You saw the one where he had against Peyton Pritchard working the post. I mean, Bogdanovic is looking real comfy out there right now, man. He's looking real comfy, and he's had a solid week so far, coming off the bench and scoring. Hopefully, he can keep this momentum going into the postseason. As of right now, it's looking like it's going to be that way.
Yeah, true indeed, man. Shout out to Philip Gonzalez, says, not Bodega yet. He's got to do it in the MSG in the playoffs. Son from Brooklyn, agreed. Ace 1 NR says, slow Dega.
Slow Slow Dega.
Slow Dega.
Chad is ruthless.
Chad is ruthless, man. Nicholas Joseph says he is Bodega now. That reverse, okay, so he was impressed by the reverse. The reverse was smooth, man. It was definitely smooth.
That was shocking. I was like, there's no way that's going in. And then it drops. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's those type of nights from those type of players where you're like, okay, he's feeling it tonight. He's going to be on one. Just keep feeding him the rock.
Yeah.
He should be good. He should be fine.
Bodega was in his bag. And good to see. Listen, you're on the road. You're in a must-win situation here. It's all hands on deck, and he's going to be an important piece for this team. So good job by him showing up when the team needed him. And Bojan Bogdanovic would finish with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown, and only 1 turnover, which I thought was key there. So good job there. I liked how the Knicks got out in transition, man. You know, that has to be a way for a team that it could struggle for offense at certain times in games. Got to play fast when you can. You know, and that's another, byproduct of Josh Hart and getting Josh Hart his rebounds. And also when you have turnovers, or you force turnovers rather, between OG and Dante DiVincenzo, got to get out in transition and get those easy buckets, man. It's a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even like because I really want to know, because the final game numbers for this shows that the Celtics got 19 fast break points compared to the Knicks 16. But I really want to know what it was up until that third quarter.
When it mattered.
Where it mattered, because the fourth quarter, that second unit was just getting out in transition pretty frequently and knocking down threes left and right. I want to know what it was like for those first 3 quarters, because it looked like Boston was having difficulty attacking the Knicks defense in transition. And that's something we got to talk about too, because the Knicks have been much better getting back transition and slowing down opponents from getting these easy looks. So the fact that the Knicks were able to do that against a top offensive team like the Celtics, not being fully healthy, okay?
Yeah.
And that you're able to go out in transition and score on this team, that's huge, man. I know it's led by Josh Hart, but you're going to need other guys to help as well. Like Dante is another guy that can help get you out in transition. So, although I saw your tweet saying that you'd rather him shoot the 3 than try a layup, and I agree with that. But
am I bugging? I trust DiVincenzo from 30 feet than I do from 3 feet. Am I lying or not?
You're not lying. You are not lying, because good Lord, when it's like there's no in between either, CP. It's like it is either way off, like it is ricocheting off the backboard while you're playing billiards.
Yeah.
Or it's a nice like finger roll lay in, and it's nothing ever in between.
Marie's in the background saying I stole her bars. That was definitely her bars. So then whatever.
That's
man.
a ghostwriter. That's a ghostwriter.
That's my
right
ghostwriter, man. Whatever, man.
Don't be like Drake, man.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for me, boys. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. 2 more games left, guys. How are we feeling in the chat? This was a good win to continue the momentum for sure. Shout out to Frat Guy 1906. Oh, it must be an alpha man. Shout out to him, man. Franchise channel member. Paul Lawson, franchise channel member. Welcome to the franchise channel memberships. Shout out Christian B, another franchise channel member. This must be all from Knicks and Dimes' gifts. We got everybody's a member that sent super chats. Says Brunson is in God mode right now. Yeah, it just seems like everything he's hitting right now is just pure, man. The efficiency's off the charts. $20 super chat from Iris Cox says we compete any team. Our defense will make the three-point shooters tired. Let's do it. Sin097, $10 super chat says King Tibbs, put some respect on the old man's name. Go Knicks. Shout out to Tibbs. Great job with this team for sure, because I'm surprised, man. I don't know about you, but to see this team weather that storm of all the injuries, and you're looking at the standings, and they're 1 shot from the 2nd seed in the East?
Crazy.
That's crazy. Amongst trades. They made 2 trades this year. You know what I mean?
Which is a lot for them. They usually don't make that many trades.
Right. So it's not like you had, just all this chemistry and everything. They made new trades, a big trade in terms of trading RJ and Quick. Those are big pieces to your offense. They bring OG in here. They don't skip a beat. The Bogdanovic-Burks trade was a disaster pretty much for the entire trade. But the McBride ascension, Precious held it down for this team during that time. Big time. So to see this team still there, that a lot of credit has to go to Tibbs, man. A lot of credit. He won't get Coach of the Year, but a lot of credit has to go to Tibbs, man.
Has to. You have to give him credit, CP. I mean, the fact that the Knicks are still competing, they have an opportunity to be the 2nd seed in the East, that's good coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's good coaching to get. But we know this about Tibbs, right? We know that he can get the most out of his team during the regular season to take it to the next level. And that's what's so fantastic about him.
Yeah.
I'm looking for, it all comes down to the postseason. You know, we talk about demons for Julius, but there's also demons for Tibbs too when it comes to adjustments. I mean, we're going to see what he can do this postseason as well. That's where the money's made at the end of the day. But phenomenal job by Tibbs, man, to keep this team locked in, engaged, buying into what he's preaching, so that way they still have the opportunity to get the second seed.
Second seed.
CP, when was the last time we saw the Knicks in the second seed?
Crazy. And think, like, you know, Boston's been number 1 seed all year. They never had to deal with the injuries. Right? Like, of all the teams in the East, the Celtics this year never had to deal with a major
And they have
injury.
KP.
And they had KP. They never had to deal with it. Knicks did. Cavs were decimated by it. Milwaukee's going through it. You know, Giannis was kind of in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics never had to deal with that. Knicks did, and they're within 1 game of the 2 seed. Great job. Great job by Tibbs. Shout out to Rocks NYK Hot Takes. And their comment is, CP and Alex just caught my first KFTV merch. Order
Nice.
1971. Support, bro. Salute to that man, Al. Salute to that man. And salute to everybody that's been copping their merch, man. It seems like whenever the Knicks win, people cop more merch. So, look, man, playoff time is coming up. And you guys know what it is, man. It is New York versus the world. Playoff merch. Go ahead and get yours at shop.KnicksFanTV.com. Go ahead and get yours at shop.KnicksFanTV.com. Let me go ahead and show everybody the collection. I had to go in and sign into all these apps again. Once I restarted Chrome now, because, you know, I've had Chrome open for about 30 days straight. And so I can't
30 days straight with 30 tabs?
30 days straight with 30 tabs open. You know, when you run in a live stream, a live show, you got a lot of things open. You know, you got to show the people, the sound bites, you got to do your research and everything. So everything's always open.
You're doing your side shopping. You're booking
Everything.
flights out here.
Yes, everything. TM said, yeah, I put my password on the screen. No, it didn't come up, but thank God. All right, so anyway, man, New York versus the world. That's my man City copped his merch. Make sure you guys go get yours, man. We have the hoodies, the New York versus the world with the dope graphic on the back, the T-shirts, both in black and white. The New York versus the world joints. Shout out to my guy Chris Murray, world-renowned artist who did the damn thing here, man. I gave him the vision. I gave him the theme as voted on by the fans, and he put the magic to work, man. We got the snapbacks. I just had to order more snapbacks. Call the vendor like, yo, snapbacks are flying off the shelf. We need more. We need that. New York versus the world snapbacks. We have stickers and the limited edition prints. Only 50 made. Limited edition prints, man. So make sure you guys go get it at shop.KnicksFanTV.com. So shout out to everybody who's been copping their merch. And, yeah, much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. We'll have an announcement on the watch parties coming up. And you guys already know, man. Playoff time. You know how KFTV does it, man. Nobody does it like us. So make sure that you guys continue to support. And we very much appreciate it. Rare edition. Franchise channel member says second seed will be first round against the Heat or 76ers would be physical series. Third series against the Pacers could be favorable for the long run. Let's talk about that a little bit later on the show. We'll talk about potential matchups for sure. I definitely did a full show on Bleacher Report yesterday on that as well. We had a good session there. So we'll definitely talk about potential matchups. Let's get to the phones. Omar from Brooklyn. Omar, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, what's up? Omar from the Bronx.
Bronx. Sorry, man. How you feeling?
It's all good. What's up, guys?
Good.
So, bum night. I mean, it's nothing really to talk about the game. It was a wash night.
Yeah.
Real quick, man, kind of a hot take. I was watching the game on TNT. Yo, like, their broadcast is trash, man. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Kenny was hating on us again. Man, he didn't even want to go to the board.
It wasn't even that. It was like halftime. Brunson just went off in the second quarter. And again, I'm not even trying to be funny. It's halftime. Usually that's the time where I take a little break, make a coffee, put the kids to sleep. I was like, let me check in. Maybe they might talk about what's going on with the Knicks. They're blowing them out. The first segment was like Chuck going on for like a minute and a half about how, Boston, they're just resting guys. They're not even playing hard. I'm like, man, they were blitzing Brunson the entire game. pressing full court. It looked like they were playing hard. You can't tell me they're completely cakewalking. Maybe towards the end they did. So I'm like, all right, whatever. That's usually his gimmick. They pass it off to Shaq. Then Shaq, he didn't even mention the Knicks. He's just talking about some old Miami Heat story when he was on the team. I'm like, this is ridiculous. The only time they spoke about the Knicks was, when they're cutting away. They made like a little quick thing. Oh, Brunson, he's having a great season, like some generic thing.
They literally cakewalked the entire halftime show. It was an embarrassment, man. I said on Twitter, I said, Brunson had 18 points in the first half, cooking in the mid-range, top 10 in the NBA in mid-range shooting, right? And you look at the top 10, it's all wings, okay?
Yeah.
How do you not take the opportunity to go to the board and show your casual fans, here is a star on the rise in our league. Here is why he's so effective despite being an undersized guard. And here's how he is terrorizing the league. How do you miss that opportunity? Instead, they want to talk about old war stories. They want to talk about Charles being ringless, the same stories we heard for years and years and years of the show. Right, Al? We've been hearing about that for 20-some-odd years. Oh, we got more rings than you, Charles. And just style around in suits.
Yeah, it's borderline unwatchable. They still do that whole worn out running to the board gimmick. It's just it's unwatchable at this point. Last thing, I know we're gonna talk about later in the show, but you guys hit the nail on the head. I think with the comment, the super chat, there's no difference between the 2 and the 3 seed. I know getting 50 wins sounds really nice. Being the 2 seed sounds nice on paper. Between the 2 and the 3 seed, there's no difference. You get home court either way. You avoid the Celtics round 1.
Yeah.
Depending on how this works out, ideally, I'd rather the Heat and the Sixers stay at 7 and 8. And let us play the Pacers round 1. Let the top teams duke it out, and then let them do our dirty work for us. We stay the 3 seed, face the Pacers or Orlando, whoever it may be. That way, we don't have to be in a dogfight for the first round.
Yeah, or Orlando or Pacers would be ideal to me for the first round, right? All the bravado aside, let's just keep it a bean. I'd rather go after the inexperienced team and the teams that we are clearly better than. But Miami seems to be sliding right now, man.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
Miami seems to be sliding.
I don't trust it. Still don't trust it. I do not want to see Miami in the first round.
I don't
want to see Miami in the first round. But yeah, give me the inexperience with either the Pacers or the Magic. Give me the Cavs for a rematch again. Those are the teams you would want to face as a Knicks fan, just because. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to the second round, but it's in your favor since you don't have Julius. You're still shorthanded. As great as Brunson has been, you still want to make sure that, that you can. There's a little bit more confidence in the role player showing up in those matchups because they're seasoned, rather than thinking all right, the rest of the Magic team is going to show up in the postseason. I would rather trust Dante, who has experience being on the Warriors, even though he didn't do so great last year. You could say at least he can learn and come and bounce back from that, as we've seen from other players in the past, rather than Paolo and Franz in their first time being in the postseason and trusting them to go all the way.
Agreed there. Certainly agreed. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Shout out to Amir Riven. He's on the shop right now and sends us a message. Keep up the good work, guys. Mad respect to you. Shout out to Amir. Shout out to Knicks and Dimes, Al. Send us a super chat. They just gifted 20 franchise channel memberships, then sends a super chat. So they're active here, man. Big diehard fan of the show. Says, my New York versus the World snapback is on the way. Order 1934. Salute to you, Alex and CP, for everything you do for the fans. So people are dropping, they're not just dropping what they copped, they're dropping their order numbers now. Salute, man. Salute to everybody for the support, man. Means a lot. At least I'm not the one giving away potential gifts here, right? So
no, but I think they're telling you the order number, CP, so that way they know. Please get to mine first.
Yeah, I think so. They want theirs first. They want theirs first. So that might be what it means. But either way, man, yeah, everybody's gonna get their merch. And once again, appreciate everybody for the support. Eric Atlas, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
Celebration tonight. And also, shout out to Chris Murray because the design is super sick.
Yes, sir.
And you guys for not compromising on it, because when people see you in the public with a KFTV merch on, they're like, "Yo, what is that?" And then you get to tell them.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat, you guys gotta go cop that.
Appreciate it, man.
But anyways, shout out to Tibbs. He would be Coach of the Year this year if he didn't already have 2 on deck. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And Bojan, is it happening? The Bodega nickname. I gotta say in his defense, if we end up getting 50 wins, it's because he buried them mid-game. So, hey,
Yeah.
Bodega might be opening up.
Bodega might be opening up.
I gotta
Eric,
cook. They inspired me to cook.
Appreciate it. Bodega might be opening up. Did we ever give a nickname? Because I feel like he's a player in transition, right? Did we ever give a nickname to a player for like half a season worth of work?
No, I don't think we have.
I mean, listen, we've done much worse, right? Like we've developed hives for players who've been absolutely terrible basketball players. But have you ever given a nickname to a guy who for 6 months of work?
I mean, I would say Josh Hart, got a lot of fanfare last year, but it was with his own last name. It wasn't anything like creative. It's like, especially with the heart-to-heart connection, right? Like we'd get that, but it's not really a true nickname where it's creative.
Heart-to-heart connection.
Yeah, heart-to-heart,
Somebody gave him a heart-to-heart connection?
Yeah, man.
That was a Josh Hart nickname?
No, between him and Hartenstein.
Oh, you mean the Hart Foundation?
Oh, the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, see, you was a young whippersnapper, man. You wouldn't get the rest. Yeah, that's what I figured that you meant, man. But that was before your time, man. You ain't know when the real Hart Foundation was in their prime, man. The hitman was locking dudes up in the sharpshooter, and then you had the Anvil come out. He had the long goatee and the beard. He was crazy, yoked out of his mind. That was the real Hart Foundation. But I understand. I'll give you a blind there, man. I'll give you a blind, bro. You didn't know.
Thank you.
You did not know. It's okay, bro.
As a seasoned veteron, I'm glad that you're so generous, CP, at times.
You did not
really
know.
teach me and give me all this knowledge.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay.
Appreciate it.
Don't.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I think Bogdanovic, unless Burks, who seems to be buried in the trunk. That call said put him in the trunk. Tibbs is close that trunk. CP in a blowout game, he can't even get minutes.
I mean, did he even make the trip?
He was there. He was in warm-ups.
I haven't seen my guy in a minute, man. Did he even make the trip? I mean, they moved Jacob Toppin up on the seats. He might be sitting with the trainers in them on the baseline. I didn't see my guy AB, man.
Oh, he was there. He was in his warm-ups. He didn't have to take them off at all. He was cool. He was chilling.
Put him in the trunk.
Put him in the what? He's out of there, man.
Put him in the trunk.
He's out of there. He's out of there, man. It's all right. He came in for a tryout. Didn't work, man. Didn't work. He's not a good fit right now. It's just not a good fit right now. Where's that classic line from? Is that for like a job? We just don't.
It's not a good fit.
It's just not a good fit for us right now. I could see Tibbs giving him that locker room speech.
Could be a relationship too.
Yeah. It's just not a good.
We're just not a good fit.
Yeah, we're just not a good fit, man. So that was that for Big Money Burks in his Knicks career. But we will thank him for Game 1 of the playoffs a couple years ago, whatever. Nick and Knack, $5 Super Chat says Jalen Brunson is taking us to the finals. Gentlemen, he is changing our franchise. Hey, we got a good one, man. Can't take him for granted. Owen A, $10 Super Chat from a franchise channel member says we should aim for the sky. Knicks should keep marching to the 2 seed. Knicks can see anyone in Game 7. Props to you guys. Great stuff as always, fellas. Salute, man. Yeah, I agree with Omar from the Bronx. It's like, I don't think the 2 seed means much more than just, prestige and bragging. But matchups-wise, I don't necessarily think it helps to get there. But, hey, you finish where you finish, right? We could get the 50 burger, and all in all, it would look pretty good. So we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be another notch in the accomplishment from Tom Thibodeau, right? To say you got this team to 50 wins too. Not only did you get them to the second seed, but you got them 50 wins. That's just a notch in the belt. I don't know, like the only reason 50 wins at this point, it would be cool, but it's more so for the fact that Knicks could be anywhere from 2 to 6 right now, and that's the only reason why they're really fighting for this. I mean, if they had a clear shot to be the number 2 seed, or they were just locked in and there was no maneuvering, I wonder if Tibbs would just actually he probably would, as we saw like last season. You just start resting guys towards the end of the year. Remember how we had Grimes quickly and Toppin all go off for 30 points each. You know, we just saw all the kids just get out there and play. So
Yeah.
the fact that the Knicks are still competing for seeding to lock something up, it's very likely this team can get to 50.
So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys, man. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. We are talking 50 burgers. We got 3,300 people in the chat right now. The number one show for the fans by the fans is on and popping right now. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. We are talking Knicks with you guys, man. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord, and the phone lines are buzzing right now, Al. The phone lines are buzzing, but the franchise channel members, remember this, especially for you new franchise channel members, because Knicks and Dimes just gifted 20 you guys memberships. If you go onto the Discord and connect your YouTube account to the Discord, we're going to have to do another refresher, another crash course. When you go into the Discord and connect your YouTube account as a franchise channel member, you will have access to what is called the Members Lounge. It's on the left-hand panel of your Discord. The Members Lounge, it's like your Easy Pass. It's your fast pass to get onto the show, skip the line, and skip everybody else, because that is what you paid for. That was one of the perks that you paid for. So we're going to go to the Members Lounge on the Discord right now and get to Rambo. Rambo from Tampa. Go ahead and unmute your mic. We got to hear from him. Let's go.
Man, you guys, you know what time it is.
You know what time it is. Let's talk about it.
Man, let's talk about it. First things first, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and invite everybody right now. Your mamas, your aunties, your daddies, your brothers, your sisters, your baby mamas.
Let's go.
All of them. Tell them all, come on.
Let's go.
Okay? Because right now, we need to get ready. We need to get prepped, and that's all I've been doing. I've been whining and dining. I had to take a step back. I failed you guys with the Miami meetup.
Yeah,
okay?
man.
But
you didn't pull up on us, man. I was looking for you, man.
Man, listen, I'm just as disappointed in myself.
Yeah, sorry,
as you are in me.
Sorry,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
still
gonna
family,
lie.
bro. It's nothing.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Yeah,
but it's all good, and that's why I had to take a hiatus.
Okay.
I had to make sure I do everything I had to do.
Okay.
And then you know what happened? Then the Julius thing came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to hear an optimistic guy when you're mourning a loss. So I said, I'm going to take a step back. And then I knew the fans were going to come in and be like, oh, we don't need Randall and all that. I said, you know what? Let me just let all that go.
Yeah.
This is about playoffs.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
This is not a bing bong year. No. I want everybody in a suit, tie, all black, shiesty mask. I don't want nobody wilding in the streets of New York. I want everybody dead silent, just in black.
Let's
because
go.
we have business to finish. Okay?
Talk about it.
Let's talk about Boston. I've been told you guys this. Every time they beat us, they do crazy numbers from the three.
Yeah.
Tonight they couldn't do it. And while we're on the topic of Boston, let me bring up a player I always hated coming out of Boston. But when he made a move out of Boston, I was able to appreciate him. Tom Brady.
Okay.
When they won the Super Bowl out here, I know I'm switching sports, but stay with me. Everybody.
Yeah,
when they
won
the Super Bowl out here, right? Right after the NFC Championship, some unnamed player was crying. Tom Brady said, "Why the F are you crying? The job is not done." Guys, I need y'all guys to stay focused.
Yeah, let's go.
Town, every city, neighborhood. I don't care if you got a 55-inch or a 35-inch. I need you to get everybody.
Yeah, let's do it.
KFTV member, I need you guys out there. This team deserves this right now, bro. Let's go. We want the second seed. We want the notch in the bed.
Let's go. Just throw some fives in the chat for Rambo, man. Throw some fives in the chat for Rambo. Now, Rambo, I got to ask you something, man, because you said you've been doing everything that you have to do, right? You got wifey at home. Maybe you got to take the garbage out on time, do the dishes. Give the fellas, give them some tips, because a lot of fellas right now, this is playoff time, is money time. They might have to be fighting for the TV, man. Let them know, what do they need to do to keep it locked on KFTV after the game, man? Because we might do like 2-3 hour post game. We need everybody locked in. We need all the homies locked in. What do they need to do?
First, okay, 2 games left of the regular season. Okay, if you missed the post game, it's okay. All podcast formats. Okay, I've been catching you guys on Spotify because after the game, right now I'm sitting in the car. Wifey don't even know where I'm at right now. Okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Okay, So after the games, foot rubs, whatever I gotta do. Oh, wine and dine, date night.
Date night.
Oh, what you got? Date nights. Come on, talk to me nice. Hey, what has your lady been listening to? I just bought Mariah the Scientist concert tickets. While they're still cheap and she's not really, popping like that. Okay, we could do that. Just little stuff. It's the little stuff that counts.
That's it.
It's recognizing you doing. Oh man, look, she got her nails done. Just compliment her. Oh man, baby, your nails look good tonight. Whatever you got to do. Because in the playoffs, I promise you, man, I need every single one of you guys. And if you in Tampa, man, I don't know where we're going, but we're taking over somewhere. We're taking over Ybor. We're taking over Sparkman's Dwarf. And if you know what I'm talking about, that means I expect you to be there.
That
and
Ybor
it's
City.
Simple, okay?
Yep. There we go. Rambo from Tampa. He just gave the fellas the blueprint, fellas. You need to write it down. Take the notes or just go back and rewind. He just gave it a blueprint, what you need to do to make sure that you locked in on TV time after the game for post-game and everything. Rambo, appreciate you, man.
Salute.
It's Rambo from Tampa, Al.
Shout out to
Rambo
Jay
indeed.
Boogie, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Rambo is in the car.
He said, "Wifey don't even know her about right now." But that's what we got to do, Al. We got to share the game. We got to share the game with the homies, man. It's a very important time. Survival kit.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like it. He gave some good tips, man. You got to compliment, maybe she got her hair done. Maybe she got her nails done. You give a little compliment.
You got to notice
like
the
that.
little things.
Look, man, the little things. And you got to do a little bit of dishes, take out the garbage. Think ahead a little bit. Show that you're appreciative.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know,
locked in.
you get the TV
4 hours.
Locked in.
4 hours. Feet up. She's bringing you your favorite drink with a lime in it. You know what I'm saying?
Ha!
Well,
not everyone can be blessed like you, CP, where you're just watching the game with a significant other who's also a massive Knicks fan.
Yeah. See, I don't have those issues. So we don't have to fight for the TV. We locked in on the same thing. So thank God for that. But yeah, not everybody's as blessed. Yeah.
But I will say this. It sounded like Rambo was jumping out the window, man. It sounded like he was jumping out the window.
Yeah.
And I like that energy. We need that energy right now. And I want to know in the chat right now, CP. I want to know if you're tuning in right now, who's jumping out the window? Did this win convince you even more that this Knicks team is serious when it comes to the playoffs and being ready? Because it is for me, CP. I'm buying it right now.
Yeah, you've been
buying this team.
You've been out of it from like last week, 2 weeks.
You don't always got to change it up with every different scenery when it comes to windows. So guess what, CP? Look. Springs are here. Flowers are blossoming. You know what else is blossoming? The New York Knicks are blossoming at the right time, CP. They're ready for the playoffs. They're ready to do the damn thing. That's why I got this window right behind me, CP. Look how beautiful it is.
It's beautiful, man. It's looking like a nice spring day.
The garden is on the rise.
The
garden is on the rise.
Looking like a nice spring day where you at, man.
The New York Knicks are on the rise right now, CP. And because of that, I'm jumping out the window.
Out of there. Throw some Windows emojis in the chat. Throw a 50 burger. Whatever you guys want to do, man. It's that time. It is money time. Keno does it on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo,
how you feeling, man?
feeling great. Salute to the sponsors. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all know the drill.
All of that.
All right. Lady D and gentlemen, we are entering our championship window. We are entering our championship window. Jalen Brunson is that horse, that 1A, not even 1A. He is the one. He is going to take us to the next level. Everybody worried about, who's going to show up? I'm not worried about who's going to show up because we got Jalen Brunson. I already know OG is going to shut whoever down. Dante's not going to shoot 1 for 12 in a playoff game. The only person I might be worried about is maybe Deuce. Maybe Deuce might give you a little bit of scare. But other than that, we run it. But what I got an issue with, sound like from the chat, and it sound like you guys a little scared. It sound like y'all scared. Y'all want to take the easy route. I don't care who we face. I don't care if we take the second seed, if we take the third, we win 50 games. It doesn't matter. Knicks in 5. It doesn't matter. Philly, Orlando, Indy, Miami. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Confident God, man.
Very confident. Very confident. Rest in peace, OJ.
Appreciate the call. Man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. It's Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson. Here is OG Anunoby's comment on Jalen Brunson, Al. He should be the MVP. He should be the MVP. OG. He should be. All right, look, at least, top 5. Easy. Top 3. Outside of Jokic, SGA, and Luka Doncic, who can you say is like absolute lock MVP candidate over Brunson right now?
I agree. And I mean, to me, MVP, because this is the whole thing with this award, CP, is that every year it just seems to change. It's like, who's the most dominant player? Who's the most important player for a team, right? There's never been any consistency with this award. And to me, when I think about MVP, I think that if you lose this player, the entire thing collapses. Like you're done, right?
Yeah.
That shows how important they are to a team. Makes sense for Jokic. We know how important Jokic is for the Denver Nuggets. I get SGA. I can get Luka because those guys are needed. But let's look at Brunson's resume for a second. All right, this year you lose Julius for the remainder of the season. You don't have OG after you traded RJ and Quickly, right?
Yeah.
OG misses a lot of time. He comes back and then he goes back to missing more time again because he aggravated the elbow. You don't have Mitchell Robinson, your best rim protector, on the court for 50 games? And yet, after the trades, with a lineup that is, questionable on some nights, right? Where you're like, can this team actually do it? Do we have enough offense? And that's what I mean by questionable. Not in terms of effort. You know what effort they'll give you, but from an offensive standpoint, is Brunson on tonight because you need every ounce of him to be locked in for this team to win. And since all those injuries happened since January, he's been dialed in.
Yeah.
And this team has a chance to be second in the Eastern Conference, okay? Behind the best team, the Boston Celtics, all right? They have one of the best rosters assembled. But you're telling me that the only guy that can create a shot for himself in Jalen Brunson has been available for over 3 games at this point?
Yeah.
Has helped carry this team to be 48-32. And if they get to 50, there's no way he should not be in top 5 MVP voting. But to me, he should win because of everything the Knicks have had to go through this season in order for the Knicks to get there and be in the position they are. SGA, that team is loaded, man. They got a lot of talent. All right. You got Jalen Williams on that team, who's phenomenal. You got Chet back, who's changed the dynamic of that team as well at the 5.
Yeah.
You look at Luka. I mean, you have Kyrie next to him. Granted, he's been in and out as well, but between both those two guys, that's a powerhouse backcourt offensively.
He's had to do it alone.
Brunson's had to do it alone, man. You don't know if you're going to what you get from Dante on a night, Josh Hart, Precious, McBride, Bogdanovic, Isaiah. Like, you just don't know. And because of that, he's been the most consistent guy on this team from start to finish.
Yeah. Well
so
said.
that's why he should be top 5, man. And to me, he should win. Yeah. I think because if he's not playing, we're not talking about this Knicks team. This Knicks team is not. I don't even know if they're even a playing team without Brunson.
Yeah. Well said, man.
That's how important he is, and that's why he should probably win.
Well said.
He won't, but definitely should be in top 5.
That's a good take. We should make a reel out of that tomorrow, man. Tyler, if you're out there in the chat, man, let's clip that up and make that a reel. That's a good social reel, man. Great take by you, Al. Great take by you, man. TM, check the Slack as well, man. Sent you a message in the chat, in the Slack. Go ahead and check that out. Shout out to Keno, $10 super chat. I think he just called. He said, my son's name is Jalen, Jaylen. He says he's 16, but if anyone asks, he's named after Jalen Brunson. That's good stuff.
He's
man.
16, but named after Jalen Brunson.
That's a great line right there.
It's like that LeBron meme where he's like, where it's like, oh, I knew Kobe was going to do this. You know what I'm talking about? You know that LeBron meme?
Yes. Yeah.
That's how it feels right now. It's like, I just knew Jalen Brunson, 16 years ago before he even joined the Knicks. He was just going to be great. But.
Insane, man. Junior Chroma says, bro, I'm so hyped. You and all of us, man. You and all of us. This guy's incredible. And remember, Fred Katz is gonna come through on Monday. So the first guest for the playoff preview show, Fred Katz is coming through. And remember when Fred came on in the offseason. Matter of fact, I'm going to play this clip right now. This is what we do on Knicks Fan TV. We go back in time. We do sound bites and everything. All right? This is a full-fledged production. Okay? One producer. I'm right here. But this is a full-fledged production. And here he is. This was, oh, you know what? It might take me a little while. Hang on. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I had it pinned to the top of the KFTV, Twitter profile, but I just changed it. Let me see if I can find it again real quick. Probably not the best use of our time, but let me see if I can find it. It is, salute to everybody in the chat, hang tight. Oh, here it is, found it, here it is, found it. Okay, here is Fred this was Fred Katz in the offseason. This was on October 6th. And when we were just talking about, this was our season preview show, and we were talking about Jalen Brunson, the season that he had prior to. And this is what Fred Katz had to say about Jalen Brunson in regards to this season coming up. Here he is.
There are important people with the Knicks who are just flat out insistent that Jalen Brunson is not at his speed, that he is going to be better. And the points that have been made to me are after January 4th, he averaged 28 a game on 52% shooting from the field and 45% shooting from three. That's 3 months. That's not a little hot streak in January. That's half the season that he did that. And then he goes into the playoffs, and he's really good at the start of the playoffs. And by the end of the Miami series, the dude is just impossible to stop. Jalen Brunson actually had a good amount of improvement during the season last year. When Brunson showed up on day one, we were like, wow, this guy got way better over the summer. But then if you look at him in May and you compare that to November, you're like, wow, this guy got way better over the season too. Yeah. There are people with the Knicks who are like 27, 28 a game on super efficient shooting, better passing, better chemistry with his teammates is totally within the cards for him.
All facts. It's all true. And that was in October.
Bro.
That was in October.
And he got better.
All facts. I couldn't believe it.
You know what's crazy, CP, is that he had that slow start at the beginning of the season, and now it's just like, wow. Like he is just on another level. And I just want to say, I want to give a shout out, CP, and I want to give a thanks to none other than Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks, because you let this guy walk. You let this guy walk away for nothing. You got nothing in return. You gave us a leader, a dog, a guy who should be top 5 MVP consideration. CP, they let a guy who's going to be all NBA this season walk away. He could potentially be first team all NBA, and they let a guy like that walk out the building. Yeah. And he played, it's not like Kyrie who misses games, even though Kyrie's been mostly healthy this season. He's played over 70 games, CP. Yeah. You let a guy who can stay healthy and be an all-NBA player walk away.
There's a lot
Mark
there,
Cuban
man.
And Dallas Mavericks.
There's a lot there, man. And for people in the chat asking, I did post the link to that tweet in the chat. So if you guys want to, just share it, do whatever you will with it. But yeah, that was Fred Katz, man. And that's why I like doing this show, because we can always pull sound bites, and especially with Twitter, because it's almost like a search engine. So it helps us go back in time. And when I remember relevant things, I could always go back and say, damn, we put it up on Twitter, and then we could repost it, repurpose it.
People with the Knicks who are just flat out.
Why is it playing again? I don't know why it's playing again.
Not at his speed.
I didn't even press the browser. I didn't even press the button, but anyway. Hey, not like it was a bad thing, right? So there it is. Salute to Fred Katz, man, and salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I guess we should have seen it coming, because I couldn't understand when they showed up to the playoff game. It was like they showed up like the NWO. It was Worldwide West, Allen Houston, Julius, right? It was Mavs versus Jazz. They were sending a message to the league like, yo, listen, we coming here to get our guy and take him back to New York. Period. Now, a lot of us thought it was Spider.
Right.
And it still could be Spider. But
could have been for both.
Could have been for both. But man, they came in there and said, "Hey," threw the ski mask on, and said, "We're good here. Yeah, I don't know what you have. We'll take him back to New York."
And I doubt there was any tampering, CP, but the fact that the Knicks only had to pay a second rounder.
Hey, we'll do it. Take it.
10 out of 10 times.
Take it. Take it.
That's why I got the Brunson jersey on, man. I got the Brunson jersey on because I always have to throw on respect when he goes Nova like he did tonight, man.
Supernova.
Especially against a Celtics team. Like, you don't even CP. Like, we talk about how you need Randall out there to draw attention from the defense. The fact that they threw the kitchen sink at him. That's why I can't buy people texting me saying, Celtics are resting guys. This doesn't count. All this,
they were trying.
Nonsense.
They were trying.
They tried, and they were not successful.
Yeah. Shout out to Lloyd Banks. He said they had Brown and Tatum trying to double team him. Pause. But yeah, that's he was definitely right on that. And then speaking of the Mavs too, Al, the pick has conveyed. The Kristaps Porzingis trade.
Finally,
it's not fully over because we don't know who we're gonna get yet, but it's coming to a conclusion as the Mavericks pick that belongs to the Knicks is finally gonna convey. I'm trying to move my screen over here, but it is right now. As of right now, it's at number 25 in the draft. Knicks, as of right now, have number 23. So you figure the Knicks will have something most likely in the mid-20s. 2 picks in the mid-20s. And, yeah, a lot of people don't like this draft, but it could be a draft where you could go in there and get a senior or upperclassman that can assist one or two. I don't think they'll keep both, but we'll see what happens when the draft comes. We'll see what happens when the draft comes.
You said it's currently at the number 25?
The Dallas one is at 25. The Knicks one, the Knicks own one is at 23.
CP.
Yeah.
Who did the Knicks draft at 25 back in 2020?
That would be 1, Emmanuel Quickly.
Now, CP, who did they draft at 25 in the 2021 draft?
That would be 1, Quentin Grimes.
If you're telling me we end up with another 25th pick, I mean, both of those worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, if lucky number 25, hey, I'll take it.
I'm fine with it. You know, there was some, I don't know what type of Mavs account or, you know, whatever fan or something, some type of Nick hater was on Twitter like, oh, have fun with that pick. Y'all thought it was going to be a lottery pick. You know what? Given the Knicks track record with this regime, I'm good with the late round pick. They find gems. Then we do our homework over here. Now, it may not work out in the lottery. We're still trying to work that part out. We'll work that out another time. But we don't
Let's just stay out of the lottery.
Yeah, we'll work that out another time. But for the late round gems, you see what McBride is doing right now? Grimes didn't make it here. Quick was great. 6th man of the year candidate. Could have won it easily. I trust Leon and the team, if they do use the picks, to go out there and get some young reinforcements.
They should.
I'm with it.
They should use the picks. I mean, we need guys on rookie scale contracts, so hopefully they do use it. But hey, just to, just food for thought.
Yeah.
That 25th pick. If it stays there, Knicks have had success with that number.
And look, you could say, yes, Grimes was a miss, right? But look, his career's not over. He's 3 years in the league. It's very early. It's very early. I don't see him as a miss either.
I don't see it as a miss. He was solid last season, struggled this season, dealing with an injury. It happens, man. It's way too young of a career to say it was a waste of time.
It's too early. Too early to bury him, man. I'm still Grimes hive through and through. Just get him out of Detroit. Get him somewhere competent. Just get my guy out of Detroit, please, man. If his brother's listening, do whatever you can to burn the bridge. William Burton, $20 super chat, says Brunson is the MVP. I think I got that. Oh, no. He says Brunson is the MVP. He carried this team through all of our injuries. Just ordered my playoff T-shirts and hoodie. Here's another donation to the Alex IMAX Fund. So salute to William Burton, man. He wants to make sure you go to the movies in style. And also, we got to give Alex some 80s, 90s, golden era WWF homework. He started the show off. He's talking Hart and Hart connection. I was like, what's going on? What is that? I was like, Love Connection with Chuck Woolery? What are you talking about here, man? We were very disconnected. There was no connection when you said that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Flip Wilson show, but who knows?
Chuck will probably find that funny. Shout out to Rebounding with Chuck D. Yeah. I'm going to give you some homework, man.
Oh, God.
I'm going to give you some must-watch homework on the Hart Foundation, the Hitman and the Anvil, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. All right, I won't run off into a tangent. WrestleMania just wrapped up, so I'm still on like my wrestling buzz. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you some homework. I got the Peacock account.
Still angry that I took Sting in our in our wrestle draft, our wrestling draft.
I gotta show you. I gotta run back the clip. Shout out KFTV Jeff Johnson. I got to run back the clip. Me and Jeff did a podcast. This was like 2018, back when the YouTube studio was actually open in the Meatpacking District in the city. Pause. And me and Jeff, we did a wrestling segment, and we almost threw hands. It got quite contentious, but it was a funny pod and a funny segment. I'll put it up there at some point to as a throwback so that people can laugh at it. Pro Cannon on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How you feeling?
Oh, man. Long time. I'm finally here.
Yeah.
Finally live.
Let's go.
Yo,
we were waiting on you.
Everybody out there.
Yeah.
Like they said, the member lounge, simple, easy. Like it's like 3 clicks. You're in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Easy. Appreciate it.
But yeah, tonight, for all those Celtic fans, I just want to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You know, because y'all coming out here saying, "Oh, we not out here doing nothing. You know, we already got our position." Yeah, but why's your team trapping Brunson in the corner every time he gets the half court?
Yeah.
Like for the whole second quarter, anytime you get into that little corner and half court, there's 3 Celtics around him. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Like, just come on. The man is the truth. Let it be. MVP, he should be, but we already know it's a stat-driven league. So people with the bigger stats, they're going to win. That's how it is. But, hey, we here. We going to be number 2. All right? Because I believe the Bucks going to lose to Orlando next time. We're going to get that number 2 spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we going to take whoever's coming. That's all it's about. Whoever's coming, we got you. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. Kind of glad he went a little rapid fire, man. His connection was bad. I appreciate him promoting the members lounge, but then he came in and was like, call back anytime, but we gotta work on your audio, Pro Cannon. He's like, I don't know what the Celtics fans.
Wow, you're saying that he actually sounds like a Boston announcer, huh?
Yeah.
Now, you see here, we have Jason Tatum bringing the ball up to court.
Yeah. No, shout out to Pro Cannon, though. But he's right, man. Jump in the Discord, jump in the members lounge. It is pretty easy. And if not, we'll work with you guys, man. All right, let's get to the phones, man. We got a lot of people on the lines. Let's get to the phones, see what the people got to say. Let's get to 443. What's your name? Where are you calling in from? Rapid fire. Let's go.
It's Ron from Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Ron, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. I'm on cloud 9.
Let's go.
I just want to say, did you know what Josh Hart's assist numbers have been over the past few weeks? I encourage any Knicks fan that loves this team, look at what Josh Hart's assists are. Look at what Isaiah Hartenstein's assists are over the past month. You'll be very happy. You'll be very, very happy. The ball is moving. We have to make these dudes pay when they blitz Brunson and he gets it out to that little short roll. Those 2 dudes, if they just swing it, we have enough 3-point shooters. Those 2 guys, they are the ones that can get us the movement, that can make up for whatever happens with this team. If I can get Hartenstein's 5 to 6 assists If I can get Josh Hart's 5 to 6 assists, I can be a high assist a team and hang with anybody in the league.
Yeah.
CP and Jalen Brunson can still go nutty because he's making every right play. He knows what's coming now. So if I can get Hartenstein and Hart to just do what they do, that's going to be wonderful. I think Jalen Brunson is a more efficient scorer than Carmelo. That's no knock on Carmelo.
Sure.
I respect Carmelo and what he's done. I do believe Jalen Brunson is a more efficient scorer than Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
That's just my
Easily.
opinion. But salute to Carmelo. And I also want to just say this. Burks is a good teammate. I appreciate what he's done. I do agree with keeping him in the trunk, even though I love Burks. All I wanted, CP, you knew this. He brings good karma. He's got Bogdanovic back. It was just rust, but now you're saying Bogdanovic is back. It's because Burks has given him good juice.
Yeah.
So we're going to need everybody. It's a family thing.
Yeah.
I do think Brunson is the best scorer I've ever seen in my entire life for a little guy, but he's going to need help, CP, because they're going to blitz him like crazy, and we need the assist from the other dudes. That's all I got.
And that's appreciate the call, Ron, and that's why I say Hart is outside of Brunson. He's the most important. Not because OG's not. Obviously, we know OG is very important, right? But you know what you're going to get from OG, right? Like, at the very least, he's going to be able to lock up defensively or at least make it tough for a guy on a night. Hart, to me, is more important because he's got to do everything. He has to do more than just play defense. He has to rebound. He has to play make, and he has to knock down shots. I think those are like the three priorities for Hart: rebounding, making up on the rebounding. And if you look at it, look at how the Knicks were able to maintain as one of the best offensive rebounding teams, even without Mitch and Julius. Right? That's Hart. So Hart is more important for me because he's got to do way more for this team to be successful, including rebounding, passing, and scoring when teams leave him open. That's why I put Hart as my most important guy next to Brunson.
Makes sense, CP. And with Julius gone, missing OG, missing Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks especially when Julius went down up until now, the Knicks are still a top 10 rebounding team. Knicks averaging 44 boards per game since Julius's injury, and that is due to one, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein as well buying in, but mainly Josh Hart just taking on that responsibility because for the most part, CP, he's been averaging double-digit boards for being like one of the shortest guys on the court, right? He stands at 6'4", but yet he's coming out of this game with double-digit boards even tonight, right? And that's through hustle. That's through understanding how like the ball hits the rim and where it's gonna fall. I mean, to be that well prepared and to get your team extra possessions or stop an opponent from getting an extra possession is critical, especially when you look at tonight's game, right? The Knicks didn't shoot well from three tonight. They shot 38.9%. Yeah. Not the greatest that we've seen them shoot before, but there were still a lot of missed shots that they could have had, CP. And what we talk about tonight's game and why they were able to limit the Celtics from being able to score is that came down to the rebounding battle. We saw the Knicks win 52 to 36. 52 to 36.
Wow.
And 16 of those boards went to Josh Hart. So he is so critical in what the Knicks do when it comes to winning the possession battle, when it comes to getting second chance opportunities. And I'm sure when we look at those, we'll go into those in detail when we look by the numbers, and you'll see that's why the Knicks won. That's why they're able to win those categories, because you have somebody like Josh Hart who 16 boards, huge.
Crazy.
A double-double, CP, of 16 points and 16 rebounds.
In limited minutes.
Insane. 32 minutes.
In 32 minutes.
Light work for him tonight.
Light work, man. Light work. And just vital for this team. And Ron was talking about his passing numbers. I mean, just check StatMuse. I don't have it up, but check StatMuse. Like, what's his assist numbers looking like in like his last 10, his last 15? Check it out.
Let me pull it up right now.
And while we do that, Fred Katz on Twitter saying, iHeart played 33 minutes tonight. First time he's gone over 30 since before he re-injured the Achilles more than 2 months ago. Important step for him with the playoffs around the corner. So seems like the Knicks were able to manage his injury or the sore Achilles well, ramp him up well. And iHeart looks good as well.
Over the last 10 games, Josh Hart is second on this team in assists with 7.1, Brunson leading over the last 10 games with 7.8.
Wow. 7.1 assists in the last 10 games. Wow. Great job. I mean, look, you still need guys to knock down shots to convert assists, but great job just understanding the assignment.
He's averaging damn near a triple-double, CP. Hart's averaging 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Wow. Big.
And he's shooting over the last. This is over the last 10 games, and he's averaging 49% from the field.
That's big, man. That's big time. Big time. Great job by Josh Hart. Great job by Josh Hart. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys, CP and Alex, on the ones and twos. Knicks win an easy one, man. 118-109 over the Boston Celtics. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Anthony Parasol's out. Anthony, he says, UFC 300, am I watching this weekend? Yeah, I'm going to watch, man, but I didn't like, the card to me is just not, for the 300th UFC. I don't know, man. Between the politics and all that, I got to get Ariel on the show. Ariel Awani, he's doing a lot for 300. He's out in Vegas doing big shows this week, so we're going to try to get him on the show maybe not next week, maybe the week after that when the playoffs start. But I want to talk to him about 300. And to me, the card is just not what it should be, man. You should have John Jones in there. You should have Conor in there. You know, maybe bring back like a Legends fight, maybe Rampage versus Tito Ortiz or something. See what they're doing, something like that. It just seemed very lackluster for that type of magnitude. But I'm still gonna watch. I'm a UFC fan for sure. Salute to Too Cold T Cold. It's Too Cold T Cold.
Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Good, man. Good. How you feeling?
Yeah, hey, CP. Yeah. I am feeling fantastic. I have a lot of things to be happy for. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I just bought my first home.
Oh, congratulations, man! Clap it up for Too Cold and T Cold in the chat, man. Clap it up, man.
Thank you so much. I have left Austin. I am now in the Houston area, and I want to shout out to KFTV because somebody I met at the Spurs game was a Knicks fan. He actually lives out here. We got a chance. Shout out to Ricky. We got a chance to watch Boston get beat in Houston, and we're watching the game, and they're like, hey, we got to turn this game off and put the Houston game on the big TV. And it's like, well, for what? They're not playing for anything. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all for bringing us together, and I think next year y'all should bring KnicksFanTV to Houston.
Hey,
that should be the move next year.
I would love to go to H-Town, man. I would love to go to H-Town. Salute, man. I haven't been to H-Town in a minute.
That'd be the wave. And I think if we get the second seed, there should be no reason why Jalen Brunson cannot get the MVP.
Yeah.
Give my man Jalen the MVP. Rapid fire. Y'all have a good night, y'all.
Salute, man. Salute to my guy, Too Cold, in the chat. So people saying the 300 card is stacked. It's cool. Look, I like Pereira. You got Pereira versus Hill. Zhang Wei Li's good. She's nice. She's definitely tough. I like her style. You got Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Holloway, man, that guy. He's what do they call the guys that bleed very easily? That's Max Holloway for you, man. By the first round, he looks like he went all 5 rounds. He split open.
So who? Yeah. What is the card that you wanted to see?
Well, Aljamain is on there, but like I was thinking they were going to put in like star power. You know, like have John Jones, like John Jones Stipe. You know, Stipe Miocic. Have Conor versus who'd he last fight that he lost to? He's supposed to be fighting. What's the guy with the cauliflower here, man? I'm forgetting the guy's name. Short guy. Who's the guy? People in the chat. They had the Ultimate Fighter. It was Conor on one side and Michael Chandler. When is that fight supposed to be? Conor versus Michael Chandler. You know, I thought they were going to put like the star power. It's a UFC 300. There's still good fighters on there. My guy Aljamain's on there. He's a local guy. I saw Aljamain at the Knicks game last month, a couple months ago.
So then, in your opinion, then, based on the card matchup, because I'm not a big UFC guy. You know, I haven't really tapped into UFC in quite some time since Brock Lesnar was fighting.
Yeah.
What was it Lindell was in the ring? Or in the cage, I should say. That's when I used to watch. I haven't been tapped in for quite some time.
Well, Brock Lesnar. That was a while ago. You was watching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how long it's been, man. When I bought the UFC games, I used to play, create my own player, do all that type of stuff. It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
So, based on the card you see right now, speak to me like it's an NBA terms. Like, what would that matchup be?
Oh, it's like, like Israel. Some people in the chat, Israel Adesanya. You're like, Israel should have been on the card. Why isn't Israel on the card? Somebody explain to me that. Why is my guy Israel, the last style bender, airbender, on the card? Somebody explain that. But in NBA terms, you mean like what would be like the ideal matchup? Or what is it now?
What is it now?
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. When you talk about like individual fighters, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of these guys, like it's not like in the NBA how you've had like dominant teams like the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Well, Zhang Wei Li, I guess you could compare her to the Nuggets. She's had the belt for bad long. She's been nice. You got Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira. He was a champion. He did lose the belt fairly recently. Let's see what the people think. Who are they? Who's the NBA equivalent to this UFC 300 card? Said Adesanya, you got to wait. Is it the mid group? He says because Driscus doesn't want to fight Izzy. Pitbull Cruz. Courtney J says the card is good. You can't have every superstar. I just thought they would have tried to stack it up. Is the marquee event 300? That's all I'm saying. I'm still going to watch, for sure. JBK to H-Town. Go ahead and unmute your mic. JBK to H-Town.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
My fault. You caught me off guard. I was looking at the chat.
Okay,
but,
no problem.
I definitely second what the previous caller said about, coming down to Houston. Yeah. Definitely, get some good food and all that stuff and watch a good game.
Turkey Leg Hut. You be at the Turkey Leg Hut, man? Where you be at, man?
Yeah. I definitely like Turkey Leg Hut. But it's some spots out here that's better than that.
What's up with Sunday Fun Days? Is Sunday Fun Days still popping in H-Town? Sunday Fun Days used to pop, man. That's one thing with H-Town. The day parties were like second to none.
Yeah. And you can definitely find some nice day parties, so I second that. But so real quick, I just wanted to say, man, because I know everybody talk about it, but Brunson, I was watching the game and I feel like he's really getting prepped for the playoffs and how he's going to see different types of matchups. So if you watch the first quarter, he was more so getting his teammates involved. They were doing a lot of high pick and rolls, and he was getting switches and taking and going to the man that he got the switch on. Mm-hmm. He did that up until the first half. Up until the end of the first half. In the second half, once he started getting into a rhythm, he was just going at whoever was guarding him, just on a one-on-one. Then eventually they started trapping him. He was passing out, repositioning, getting the ball back, and like just completely just making every great decision. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's prepping himself to like have a really, really big playoff team. Obviously, I'm always nervous about Miami because Spoelstra always comes up with something. But outside of that, I don't really feel like anybody can figure him out. And if you can't figure him out, then I think we're going to be good.
He's so far ahead of everybody, man.
And he's finally getting his respect. Where they said he's the best player in the Eastern Conference. Somebody else said he's one of the top guard. I think JJ Redick said he's top 10 in the NBA, which I think he's better than that. But he's starting to get his due respect, and I like that.
It can't be a top player in the league without being able to read and break down defenses and being 2 steps ahead. And that's just what he's been. When you go back to that Fred Katz quote and we look at how he performed in the playoffs, very few people could have solved that Spoelstra defense. It was Brunson, it was Jokic, it was Murray. To me. I don't recall anybody else killing that Spoelstra defense last year in the playoffs outside of those three. Those three were the ones that stuck out. Brunson, Jokic, Murray. That's it. I mean, how many points did he average in that Heat series alone?
I don't know. I just remember the 40-point outing in the last game, man. And he did everything in his power to. Yeah. He came down to one last shot, man.
Yeah.
One last shot. Brunson's just phenomenal. I mean, you can't. I mean, we could say that every single show, CP. We damn near do that every single show because that's how impressive he is. We haven't seen, we haven't had anybody this talented since Melo. That's just been that gifted as a scorer. And the fact that Brunson's doing it as a 6'1" guard, right? That's what makes it that much more impressive, is that nobody can stop him. He gets to his spots at will. And that's the sign of a superstar.
That's a sign. That's a sign, man. Salute to everybody in H-Town, though, man. Salute to everybody in the H. Dr. D. Roy Bramwell in the chat. He's in the H. He represents us when he goes to Knicks versus Rockets games. I definitely got to get out there, man. Personal note, I did lose 2 close homies that were from H-Town, man. So it's kind of hard to go.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go back. But back in my prime, I used to be out there at least once a year, just visiting and, doing the dudes thing. You know what I'm saying? But H-Town is a great time. It's a great time in my life, 100%. But, yeah, definitely tough, man. All right, so to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up on Free Boy CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. Knicks get the win. Brunson is the guy. Let's go. Here goes Quentin Gillimal. Franchise channel member says, UFC is trash. Who's going to see Devin Haney humiliate Ryan Garcia at the Swamp Dragon Center? Also, let's go Knicks. I mean, to each his own. I prefer UFC over boxing. Like, Ryan Garcia, I mean, he talks more than he fights. And boxing these days has been severely overrated. Every big-time fight has been trash.
And they've also made boxing into a sideshow. I mean, we have Jake Paul and Mike Tyson going
there
at it.
You go.
It's like, why are we doing this?
There you go. Prime example. They've made a mockery of the sport. Somebody in the chat, give me the last great boxing fight that would lived up to the hype.
Oh, that lived up to the hype.
Yeah. And none of the Fury Wilder ones were great. The Triple G Canelo ones, they fought, what, 3 times? 2-3 times, Triple G Canelo?
Yeah.
They were okay. I like Canelo. Well, boxing fell off a long time ago, man. Boxing fell off a long time ago. Like, Haney Garcia, I watched that on the bootleg, man. But hey, if you go on the Swamp Dragon, go ahead and watch it yourself. To each his own. But no, boxing fell off, man. Boxing fell off a long time, bro.
It's sad that it's fell off, man. I used to watch boxing pretty frequently, too. I mean, the last time I actually watched a match was Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Yeah.
And that didn't even live up to the hype.
Somebody said Bud Crawford, Errol Spence lived up to the hype? No chance, bro. No chance. Errol Spence got dominated in that fight. You said it was good, but people said it was good? I don't see it. I don't see it, man. Freezy on the chat. Freezy, go ahead and unmute your mic. Freezy, go ahead. Do we have Freezy? Freezy. Somebody in chat said Drago versus Creed. Jake Paul versus Woodley. Yeah, man, they made a mockery out of the thing, man. I can't take boxing seriously. All right, Freezy's not ready. Dima Who on the chat. Go ahead and mute your mic.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. The next one. It's a good night. It's not a Friday night Knicks affair, but that's tomorrow. Let's go. First of all, hey guys, I'm gonna keep this rapid fire. I'm just gonna say that Jalen Brunson has faced more double teams this season than I've seen anybody else face ever. And I've watched a lot of basketball through my life. And it's just like every single time he gets the ball, there's 2 guys rushing him, and he always makes the right play. It's like watching the opposite of what Randall did, and I love Randall, but it's just, you can tell that they're 2 completely different players, because every time Randall will get double teamed, be a turnover. Every time Brunson gets double teamed, open shot. And before I go, I just want to give a shout out to how we all got here. I want to give a shout out to Alexei Shved, Lou Amundsen, Tim Hardaway Jr., Pablo Prigioni, all the 2015 Knicks. Because without them, we would not be so appreciative of what we have now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the call. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, who do we have here? All right, let's see what the boxing talk is going on. Let's see what people talk about. Somebody said Butterbean. Didn't Butterbean pass away? Is Butterbean still with us? I don't remember. I don't remember. Bo versus Holyfield. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the shell says boxing is fine. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I mean, I'm going back to the days where we had Arturo Gotti, Mickey Ward, you know, De La Hoya was getting it in, Trinidad, Ricardo Mayorga, Cotto. What's my man that died in a motorcycle accident? He was another nice one. Who's the guy that died in a motorcycle accident? He was nice. You know, Prince Nassim Hamed. You had Zab Judah. You had Floyd. I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close, man. Who's the guy that slumped out Pacquiao first before Floyd beat him? Who's the guy that like you thought Pacquiao died when he dropped him?
Oh wow.
What's his name? Marquez.
Yes.
I mean, those days. Corrales died. Those days.
Yeah, Butterbean's still alive. He's 57 right now.
Okay. To me, those are young Bernard Hopkins. Come on, man. I still watch just for the love of the sports. But they don't captivate you the way that those guys did back in the day, man. Especially the Mexican fighters. De La Hoya and them, they used to battle to the death. Not that it's safe, you know. They put their life on the line, but it's entertaining. All right, man. Back to the phones. 347-347. What's your name? Where you calling in from? Sweet Pea Whitaker. Sweet Pea was a beast. What's your name? Where you calling in from? 347. We're talking Knicks. We're talking boxing, UFC. We're mixing it up. Wrestling, everything. What do you want to talk about? Hello. All right, this guy's not ready. He's listening on TV. I think he's asleep because he's got the TV on in the back. He's doing all sorts of stuff. 347-357. Yeah, hello.
Hey, what's up, CP? It's I'll try Montana. Is Rambo never picked me up for the Miami game, man?
Ah, man. He left you stranded, cuz. What happened, man?
Hey, listen, man. We doing really good. I like what OG Anunoby's doing. And if Brunson don't get the MVP this year, they should put him on the cover of NBA 2K. And that's a fact. He's putting up crazy numbers.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, man. And listen, first round, I would like Boston to play Miami so they can rough them up, no Diddy. And today I didn't see nothing much out of Boston. They always choke when somebody plays rough with them. And the Knicks been doing their thing.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of mad at Jay Cal is bugging. We need Julius. Julius is a star. So is Brunson. And if we was complaining we didn't have a superstar, we don't need Mitchell. That's going to mess up the chemistry from the team. I like the way it is. And everybody's pretty much signed up, and we just keep the chemistry going. Rapid fire. Good night, boys.
Let's go. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm into this boxing talk, man. I mean, we got another game tomorrow night. Knicks won this one of the bum night. I want to talk about boxing. Yeah, I got to make another channel, man. I got so much stuff I want to talk about. You know, some people going to
we can talk about Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, we talk about Spence Crawford, Sugar Shane Mosley. Like, come on, man. Am I lying or am I not? My boxing aficionados. Was the earlier days, maybe like the last, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, was that not like a great time of boxing, way better than it is right now? Or am I just missing it? Sugar Shane.
There's not good boxing, man. There's not a lot of good. I mean, who's a name that you're going to turn on right now and say there's a good fight? Gotta lock in.
Well, there are good fighters, but are they good fights? I just don't see. Like, I like Tank.
But
I think Devin Haney's a talented fighter. I think Tank Davis is a talented fighter. Like, I like those guys.
But what's catching your appeal? Like, who's got the record that you're saying, oh, yeah, I got to go watch? Because they're just, I don't know, man. I'm looking for a clash of the Titans,
That's all I want to see. I want to see a fight that when you build it up and you go on and they have the press conference and they do the little fake, like, heat, that it actually lives up to it. I just haven't seen it, man. How many times with Anthony Joshua ducking all these guys? He still hasn't fought Fury yet. He didn't fight Wilder when he was in his prime. Like, I don't know, man. It's just not there. Yeah, it's for me. Even Triple G was nice 10 years ago. Morales was nice. Eric Morales was nice. Charlo brothers are good. I like the Charlo brothers. Shakur Stevenson, another good one. I like him. The individual fighters, there's good individual fighters. I just haven't seen enough good fights. Guys are ducking each other, or they're just not living up to the hype. Barrera was nice. 919, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
Peace, blessings, positive vibes. What's going on, guys?
What's good, man? Shamik, you in a rainstorm? What's going on, man? You usually under calmer
I'm in the
circumstances.
truck, man. Gotta keep this spot.
Keep it moving. Breaker 19. Let's go.
But yeah, man, rapid fire, man. We're gonna lock up this. I believe we're gonna get the third seed because we can't depend on Milwaukee to lose both games. I do believe they'll pull one of them out. But whatever it is, we're going to the ECF.
Let's go.
No more Julius Randle slander, and let's do some work, guys.
Let's
rapid
go.
Fire. Peace, blessings, positive vibes, man.
Let's go. Appreciate it. Be safe on the road, man. Yeah. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Suits all our truckers out there. Be safe on the road, man. All our Uber drivers. Definitely appreciate all the work you guys do to put it in. Okay. All right, pause. All right, let's get to key stats of the night, Al. We forgot to do our draft tonight, bro.
I think I still did some pick'ems.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see how I did.
All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. Let me load this graphic up real quick. You know what? Let's just do it off the share screen in the interest of time. So to everybody in the chat here, just pulling up the stats, which is kind of tough to look at because both teams kind of pull the starters by the end of the third quarter. But Knicks did shoot 49% from the field.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
Both teams shot 38% from three. The rebounding to me, though, was when the game mattered, where is how the Knicks really won this thing. They won the rebounding battle 52-36, and especially early, they were able to keep the Celtics off the glass and ensure themselves some second chance opportunities. So great job by the Knicks there. 24 assists for the Knicks, 25 for the Celtics. Then you had 56 points in the paint for the Knicks, 40 for the Celtics. So good job by them. And largest lead, 31 points. What do you think, Al?
Came down to the rebounding battles we discussed earlier, CP. 52-36 is the big margin in this matchup. I mean, look at the second chance opportunities. 22-12 against the Celtics. Points in the paint, 56-40. I mean, part of that is based on gaining boards and just working the paint against the Celtics. And for a top defensive team, the fact they were able to do that with KP on the floor, with having Drew Holiday and Derek White out there, it's impressive this Knicks team was able to be so dominant in those facets of the game. So those are the big areas for tonight's matchup, man. But you got to hit your free throws, people.
Got to hit your throws.
60%. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay. And once again, guys, remember that the key stats tonight are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play Underdog Fantasy's daily fantasy draft, as well as the pick'ems for your chance to win big, man. On the pick'ems, all you do is choose between 2 to 5 players and predict whether or not they're going to go higher or lower than a given stat projection that Underdog Fantasy outlines on a given night. And for your chance to win up to 20 times your money, man. Wasn't a good one for you, Al, was it?
I was feeling so confident, CP. I usually be going with the insured route.
Yes.
Because I'm like, you know what? I can win that way, and I typically do. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling confident going all in. And I missed it by one. So here's what I chose. Chose Jaylen Brown to have higher than 5.5 first quarter points. He did that with 9. I chose Dante DiVincenzo to have higher than 0.5 first quarter assist. He did that. He got 1 assist. I chose Jalen Brunson to have higher than 31.5 points. He did that, ended the game with 39. I chose Bogdanovic to have higher than 1.5 3-pointers made, and that was my scorcher pick. So I hit even my scorcher pick, CP.
There you go. There you go. So how much was that one worth, the scorcher pick?
This was worth 1.5.
Okay.
And here's where everything went awry. I chose Miles McBride. I said, you know what? McBride has been doing a solid job hitting his threes. They had it at 1.5 3-pointers made. He hit 0. I just needed McBride to hit 2 threes tonight, and I would have won $125. Come on, McBride.
There you go, man. Well, better luck next time, my guy. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll do the draft tomorrow. You got Knicks versus Nets. We'll be back at it, man. We got a doubleheader. Usually when we have the doubleheaders, I try to keep the show shorter. I'm trying to keep it a short show. But, these guys took it off the rails with the UFC and boxing talk, man. I was into that. And the wrestling talk. Maybe we need to do an MMA sports entertainment channel. Jeff is big into it. Jeff was at WrestleMania press row, killing. He was interviewing everybody. He was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He was doing everything. We might have to do that. We got Ariel, we got Kaz. The chat was into it, man. I think we got a lot of boxing fans in the chat.
And hey, shout out to our own Remy, who does Remy's recap.
Yeah.
He covers UFC. He is a writer for covering the UFC. So, there is
opportunity.
In-house. There's
all right,
opportunity.
so Fight Fan TV might be the next one. So we could go in, man. I was into the boxing talk, man.
Yeah, well, we should start a video game channel.
The gaming channel?
On the console?
Bro, I barely got enough time. Bro, right now, we probably got over 300 merch orders that gotta get fulfilled by the KFTV fulfillment team. So next week is gonna be a busy week for us. So yeah, I don't know how much time we got for I don't know how much time we got for gaming when we got playoffs time. It's money time, man. It's money time, man.
There's always time for a little bit of gaming.
Yeah, I would love to get back on my Call of Duty grind, though. I would love to get back to my elite status, prestige.
There is a faction in the Slack channel of us trying to create a KFTV squad Call of Duty team.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah. Okay.
We're trying.
Maybe in the off season. Maybe in the off season, man. Let's do it.
Trying to get we got the chief mod and operations TM. He's down.
Yeah.
Trying to get Gamba, onto Call of Duty. That's a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But we're trying out here. Remy plays. Remy plays too.
I still got to do my cooking channel. I still got to do my cooking channel, man. I got a lot of recipes I got to show the world, man. So that's what it is, man. Listen, to the people that called in, look, we would love to get to everybody, man. But, we got to run a show. We do the people on the Discord get priority as well. So we would encourage you guys to become franchise channel members, join in on the Discord, and that way you can get in a lot faster. We just can't have a 2-3 hour show for the replay game. We got to keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it pushing. Let's go through some of the super chats, Al. Who else we got here? Rare Edition, salute. We got Fry1339, franchise channel member, salute. Kenny Gales, $5 super chat, says gross behavior by the Celtics bench, full court pressing in a 31-point blowout. If they didn't want to play, shouldn't have played their full 5. Yeah, they're kind of like, going through the motions, but it is what it is. $10 super chat from Ryan Manimal Chuck D says, you need Burks and Shake also situation. We cannot create with Deuce at the point guard. I love smashing these Celtics. His was a bad sign. Tell everyone those March games are forgotten. It's playoff hardcore time. So to Ryan Manimal Chuck D. I don't know, man. I think my guy's buried. I don't think Burks survives another one, man. I think Tibbs goes with the guys that he trusts. And right now, Burks ain't one of them. Rightfully so, because he's
in the trunk.
He just plays by himself and not within what we need. We need guys to play within the team concept. He's just completely lost. Steelers, Knicks fan.
In the trunk right now.
He's playing in the trunk right now. Steelers, Knicks fan 757 says Stephen A. Smith still thinks Grimes, Toppin, Fournier, Reddish, and Rod Strickland is still on the Knicks. Shout out to Knicks and Dimes once again for donating 20 franchise channel memberships. Salute. Rory Campbell says $5 super chat, says hot take. Melo will be forgotten in 2 years. Give Brunson the keys to the city. Well, but why is it a 1 versus 1 thing though?
Why do we keep doing this?
I don't like
why
that, man.
Why as fans do we keep doing this, man?
Why
Why
do we
can't
keep
we
doing that?
appreciate both?
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. I've appreciated, I've put Melo's contributions in a capsule. I appreciate that. It was a hard time. It was a tough time. I appreciate that. But it doesn't mean that, just forget about him because Brunson's a guy. Brunson's a guy in his own, this is his own era, his own time.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. CM just, TM, wow,
Yeah.
I'm getting tired over here.
Yeah.
TM just told me to check the Slack, and I'm seeing that Young Stench is asking if I'm a Pats fan. People,
wow.
Get out of here.
Wow.
First of all, I'm a Jets fan, all right? And I wear that. I wear that proudly every single day, even though they've been torturing me for the last 10 plus years, all right?
Yeah.
Let's get that straight. Don't you ever put me in allegiance with any of these Boston sports teams.
That's a fact.
Never.
That's a fact. Shout out to who we had. Nick and Knack. I think I got that one already. William Burton got that one. Miguel Connor, $10 super chat says, question, if OG is unlocked offensively, could he potentially be Kawhi 2.0? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, but that's a big question mark. He's been in the league for quite some time. He has game outside of just 3-and-D for sure, but, right now we'll take him at what he's best at. Janelle Torre says OG is an unassuming silent assassin that's getting it done. He's getting better each game as we head into the playoff finals bound 2024. Salute. Salute to King Matthews, Al. Says, hold on, Alex. I'm jumping out the window with you, homie. If we're here, and I'm not scared of nobody, especially crybaby Tatum. P.S. Them stickers, though. Okay, so King Matthews copped the stickers on shop.knicksfantv.com. Okay. Shout out to Russell Whiskey Al. Says, enough with Brunson for MVP. Stop. It's time to look forward. Bulldog Brunson for finals MVP. All right. So salute. Philo PR says, Philo from H-Town. Another person repping H-Town. Says, can't wait to meet the Knicks Fan TV crew. Quick question. From 2022 to 2024, Kyrie or Brunson? Got to go Brunson. Got to go Brunson. He's been healthier. He's been more available. And he's played better, but Kyrie's still Kyrie. No question. Don't get it twisted. I think Kyrie's situation was more of a circumstantial than play per se. You know what I mean? Brunson came into the right situation. Kyrie, for whatever reason, just didn't work out with the Nets and kind of went wayward. But he seems to be picking it up with the Mavs, and he's still one of the best to do it. K. Walden, shout out to K. Walden, franchise channel member. Quentin Gillum, $10 super chat, says, boxing was better 10 or 20 years ago, but it is still better than UFC. Dudes on the ground hugging, no diddy. Boxing is a sweet science. Oh, give me a break. The sweet science. Listen, let me tell you something. If Mike Tyson does not put Jake Paul in his ass in 2 seconds into that fight, the whole thing's rigged, and I'm not watching.
Oh, my goodness. If Mike Tyson loses this matchup,
listen,
I do not want to hear any more.
Listen. The sweet science. These two are going to go into the ring, and it's going to be a sparring love fest for a chick, okay? Don't give me nothing about sweet science. Right?
You're doing a great job on social, by the way, because you open up IG, you open up any app.
Great
they are
promotion.
Promoting the living daylights out of this
Great
fight.
Promotion. But don't give me none of that sweet science. These guys are going to go 5 rounds of love taps, all right? And that's pretty much all it's going to be.
Shout out to Chuck D. Throw a hashtag P in the chat. He said, yes, that's right, Chuck. There is no ulterior motive for me being a Jets fan in New England.
I don't care anything about Mike Tyson being 60. He should still be able to knock Jake Paul out in 5 minutes. Fast. Larry,
Mike Tyson we're talking about.
But this is the thing. See, Jake Paul, yeah, you can respect him as an amateur boxer, but these guys are entertainers. They know what they're doing. They picked and handpick fights that they have a shot to win or a shot to entertain. This is why they pick all the washed-up UFC guys to bring them into the ring. They bring Nate Robinson into the ring and all of that because they pick the guy. They're like how they went the Floyd route. You hand-select the fighters that you know you can beat. But this Tyson one, to me, is all a publicity stunt. I'm not going for it. I don't care how old he is. There's no chance that this thing should even go close to the distance. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's no way, man. There's no way Jake Paul should win this fight at all.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't care how old. Tyson could probably be 80 years old and still win a fight.
Yeah. Larry Medina, $5 super chat says, excited for the playoffs, ready to rock my KFTV gear at the sports bars here in LA. Jamaica Queens 22, salute. Says, need that WWE, UFC, boxing, CP and Al ASAP. Salute, man. Yeah, we'll do it, man. We'll do it. Salute, man. All right, either way, man, remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Remember that it's available in all audio podcast formats. We will see you guys in tomorrow. We'll see you guys in less than 24 hours. Hit the like button, share button, and subscribe to the channel. Ari from Taiwan. CP's right, but Jake Paul can box. Let me see him rise up the ranks in the WBA, WBC. Let me see him do that. Let me see him do that. Before we just crown him. Somebody said, oh, the Tyson thing, that's an ignorant take. Let me see him rise up the ranks in a real promotion before we just go ahead and crown him. Right now, he's a celebrity.